So Jeff, you did a video on this, and we're talking about TikTok later on. But you did a TikTok about fun. You need to have fun, but it can't be forced fun. Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
Like the thin line between those two things.
Yeah. So I hate forced fun. I used to run team building events for, a lot of those companies that you mentioned earlier. And if someone doesn't want to play, you shouldn't force them to play. Like the magnificent thing about play is the option, the choice to play or not play. Like when you see kids at a playground, like not all of them are playing. Someone's just sitting on the sidelines and be like, I'm good here. So, but when you are forcing your staff to be like, hey, we're all going to happy hour and you need to come to happy hour, or hey, we're all going to go to escape room and you're going to be right next to Chad, and you're like, I hate Chad, and now I got to sit in a room with him and try to escape the room. Like I try to do this during work, for fun. Like this is painful. Like when you're a team building event and you're not given the option or choice as to whether or not you want to do it, that's not helpful. And I say this, I made a bunch of videos around the National Fun at Work Day, but it was all about like if there's not psychological safety with your staff, meaning like you can't have transparent and open hard conversations with them, you're not ready to play, because play is vulnerable, and play is like a privilege that usually I only share with my friends, right? So if you're asking me to play, you better have created the playground for me to play. And it should be on my own time. It shouldn't be like, now we're playing, now we're not. Hey, now we're gonna make this meeting more fun. It's just like, come on, dude. Like we're sitting in a box room around a box table, and now you're like trying to bring joy and tell us to think outside the box. Why are we even in this box room if we're trying to think outside the box? This makes no sense.
So like me, like I'm an introvert. I'm not really like a rah, motivate type of guy. And I
Mhm.
hate like you used to do like these team building events. I always hate them, right? But I will admit, every time I finish, I was like, okay, I got something out of it, right? At the end of the day, I'll say, okay, I got something out of it. I see the purpose. But if you give me the
Yeah,
decision, I would never do it, right? I just don't like them, right?
right.
But once I do them, okay, I'll admit this was fun. I'll admit I got something out of it,
I mean, they can be. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like sometimes they're cringe-worthy, right? And then sometimes they might be all right. But like, like, hey, we're gonna. At one point, what was one of the icebreakers that I saw that was so painful was like people had to like, get their arms and untangle themselves from each other, and it was just like, I don't want to be this close to somebody. I mean, this is before the pandemic. I don't